Imagine cruising at 21,000 feet in international airspace, flying a standard reconnaissance pattern. Suddenly, the radar warning receiver screams, a Chinese fighter jet, an advanced Su-35 or J-16, explodes from the clouds ahead, its twin engines in full afterburner. It's closing in at the speed of sound. The margin between a routine intercept and a catastrophic mid-air collision evaporates in an instant, compressing to less than half a second. The fighter banks hard, easing into an incredibly tight formation until the gap is less than 100 feet. To the Chinese pilot, this is a display of military dominance. He believes his maneuvering is intimidating, forcing the Allied crew to back down. But he is operating under a misunderstanding. He hasn't asserted dominance at all. He has flown into an intelligence trap, about to give away his nation's secrets. To understand how this trap works, look at the actual encounters, specifically an Australian P-8 Poseidon near the Paracel Islands, and a Canadian Aurora over the East China Sea. The intercepts begin with extreme hostility. The Chinese pilots paint the aircraft with X-band fire control radar, the Urbac on the Su-35, and an advanced AESA radar on the J-16. This isn't a standard search sweep. It's concentrated electromagnetic energy used to guide a live missile, pointing a laser sight at a forehead. Once they have the planes locked, the Chinese pilots begin their show of force. Maneuvers are breathtakingly dangerous. The J-16 slides into close formation. It's closing the distance to 130 feet, then 100 feet, finally just 60 feet away. The wingtips are converging, leaving zero margin for error. A sneeze would result in a collision. But the pilots aren't just flying close, they are showing off, executing perfect barrel rolls around the patrol plane's fuselages. They pull up and roll inverted, hanging upside down directly above, suspended by thrust vectoring nozzles and brute force computer calculations. The Chinese pilot looks straight down, thinking he owns the sky. They haul their jets across the noses, dumping 1,400-degree exhaust directly into the Allied propellers, making the heavy planes shudder. The ultimate escalation is the brake check, yanking his throttles to idle, collapsing speed in just 4 seconds, like a sports car slamming brakes. In front of a semi-truck, the stall warnings scream. The cockpit fills with synthetic voices, yelling traffic, traffic. Pilots fight to avoid ramming the fighter. To the Chinese pilot, proximity means dominance. Thinks these maneuvers send a message. But he doesn't grasp the ultimate trap. Every second spent showing off is a second of priceless intelligence collection. Allied planes aren't just cargo ships. They carry advanced electronic support measures. The Australian P-8 uses the ANALQ-240. The Canadian Aurora carries the ANALQ-507. These systems are digital vacuum cleaners, quietly cataloging every electronic emission, sucking up precise radar frequencies, pulse patterns, and beam steering. Data China has spent decades protecting, streamed via encrypted satellite links. The digital vacuum goes much deeper, while the pilot shows off maneuvers. HD cameras like the MX-20 HD are recording the entire air show, logging every nozzle movement, deflection angles, and rate of roll. During a brake check, sensors record engine spool down time, minimum controllable airspeed, and throttle response curves. He's providing mathematical instructions on how to force his jet into a trap. During an actual combat dogfight, cameras even photograph weapons loadout, R-77 and R-73 missiles. He's telling analysts exactly how he configures. Climax happens during countermeasures, hoping to cause severe engine damage. The Su-35 positions ahead, releasing a barrage of 48 decoy flares, part of the UV-26 self-defense suite, designed to seduce heat-seeking missiles. The sensor operators do not flinch. They adjust to high-speed capture, recording burning magnesium debris. The vacuum cleaners capture everything. Exact burn temperatures of the flares, precise spectral signatures, dispersion patterns, and timing intervals. The Australian plane suffers engine damage, ingesting molten magnesium fragments, vibrating dangerously as it limps home. But the data collected in 10 seconds is worth far more than the aircraft. As the Chinese pilot disappears, He reports a successful mission. He thinks he delivered a threatening message. He is completely wrong. He handed over the operating manual of his advanced aircraft for free. Every military guards their flare data, because that determines missile programming. The pilot just gave it away. Future Allied missiles will recognize it and completely ignore those flares. Beijing spent billions on these systems, but because a pilot wanted to act like a bully, every Su-35 and J-16 is now vulnerable. He rendered his primary defenses useless. If you loved this deep dive into high-stakes military intelligence, hit that like button and subscribe. For more raw tactical breakdowns, we don't just report the news, we decode the battlefield. See you next time.